Thank you once again for making Locked On Cougars your first listen of the day. If you have not done so already, please make sure you join the Locked On Cougars Insider Group. Get the inside scoop on all things recruiting, BYU football, BYU basketball, anything and everything that I'm hearing. The first people to hear about it are the people in the Insider Group. The best part is it comes to your phone in the form of a text message. It does not get much more direct than that. It comes right to your phone, and it's just $5 a month to be a part of the group. And the best part is you get a 14-day free trial, 2 full weeks, half a month, to see if it's the right option for you guys. Click the link in the show notes below and join us today on the Locked On Cougars Insider Group. All right. Before we go on today's show, let's talk about the NBA Combine. Now, Egor Demin is out in Chicago participating in this. And from all accounts, and I'm not there in Chicago, but from all accounts that I have seen/heard, he has made a fairly positive impression of his skills. The two biggest question marks for him going in to the combine were one, shooting, number two, defense. Now, the shooting question, I think, has been answered pretty well because in 3-point drills at the combine, he went 14 of 30 in off the dribble shots, 17 of 25 on spot up shots, 14 of 25 in the 3-point star drill, and then 17 of 28 in the 3-point side drill, and also was 80% from the free throw line. Those are incredible numbers. Those are major, major upticks from his play at BYU when he shot, 29% last year from three for the Cougars. The biggest drill in those different 3-point drills for me is the star drill. Now, it's not that you're a star player. It's a drill where you are being run ragged as you're asked to shoot shots at different points on the court, and you're literally running in a star pattern. It's not running from station to station along the arc like they do in the 3-point contest on All-Star Weekend. No, you go from the corner to the, I think, top of the key. Then you draw. It is meant to wear you out, run you ragged, and see if you can fight through that. Egor Demin has shown that. And so, number one, he has answered the question about his shooting. Now, I understand that this is drills. It doesn't have a guy in his face. It's not a game time situation. There's not pressure. There's so many different factors that go into all of that, but he has made a positive impression with his shot. The other one he needs to show strides in is his defensive capability, especially being able to take on more stout players, guys who have got more developed bodies. They're stronger than him. Can he defend them effectively and use his length? That will be, I think, the next question that he has to answer. But everything else that Egor Demin has flashed in Chicago screams to me that, yeah, this kid's a lottery pick. He's always been a lottery pick. And even though yours truly and others doubted at points this season, he has proven that he is absolutely everything that an NBA team covets in a high-usage ball-handling guard that can be a really nice link-up player at minimum as a rookie. Does that mean that he's going to go in the top 10? TBD, because it obviously goes about need and fit in different programs. The programs, I should say, franchises. We're talking about the NBA now. But there's also the element that he has a goal to be as good as he possibly can be. And I think that his burning desire, the fire in the belly, as it were, to be the best he can be, I think that's going to shine through in these interviews, because more than anything else, outside of, like I said, the shooting drills and the defensive drills, they'll go through some more team-like environment stuff in the next couple of days, which he should be able to show that defensive prowess, hopefully. The biggest thing you can do at the combine is go and meet with teams, with executives, coaches, scouts, and make positive impressions on them. This is the job interview of all job interviews. You go through every drill. You're poked and prodded quite literally to make sure your medical history checks out. You're being put through psychoanalysis at points by different teams. They want to know everything there is to know about you. They essentially, as a franchise, they want to know you better than you know yourself. And what I know of Egor and the reports out of Chicago are that he has made a very positive impression already in the meetings he's had with NBA teams. Those will continue through this weekend because the combine doesn't wrap up until the 18th. But I think that he is a kid that, given the opportunity to go out and show what he's capable of, he is going to pass with flying colors. The character test, the personality. He's a fun-loving, gregarious individual. You can tell that he's got, outside of being that fun-loving player, he's got a burning passion for the game of basketball. It's kind of, Brian Santiago said earlier on today's podcast, some of my passion, some of my desire was born into me when I came into this world. I think it's the same way with Egor Demin. And I love that fact about him. I love the fact that I had a pretty bad take right before the NCAA tournament that I got roundly roasted for. And you know what I love about guys who love to make me eat crow? They make me eat crow in major doses. And that's what Egor Demin did. He showed out on the national stage when it came to the NCAA tournament and put together probably his finest trio of performances, I think, consistently against top tier competition of the entire season. He had every game or so, or 2 or 3 games, a really fine performance. But the NCAA tournament, it was every single time BYU took the court in that March Madness run they made to the Sweet 16. Egor Demin did his part. Was he the superstar? No, that was more Richie Saunders. That was other players. But what Egor Demin flashed is an ability to really, at times, when needed and called upon, to lead this BYU team, even though he was one of the really, really young players on a fairly veteran roster. That's what you like to see. And that's what he's going to have to prove, obviously, as he makes the jump to the NBA. Sarah Todd from the Deseret News did a really good piece. She caught up with him, and he says he plans on moving back to Utah to live next to Travis Hansen when his playing days are over. That's cool. That means the impression that, hey, BYU had on him, his time in Utah, everything about his decision to attend Brigham Young University, it paid off. And that's a really, really cool sign for what I think Kevin Young can mean for this BYU basketball program. But more importantly, I think it shows that Egor Demin, the bet he took on coming to BYU and all Kevin Young could really sell was a vision and a hope of what he wanted to. Well, now he's got proof in concept. That's the more important thing. Obviously, next year, AJ Dybantsa, he is going to be more of that proof in concept, even to a higher level, because he can't fall any further, it feels like, than the 5th pick at the very, very worst. He's going to be, if everything goes according to what I expect and what I hear, he will be the number 1 pick next year. And for good reason, because he has got unbelievable God-given talent. And that is really cool that it's going to be in Provo, Utah for all of us in Cougar Nation to watch up close and personal. But the bigger point is right now, Kevin Young has got guys who have come through this program or will come through this program that are going to build that NBA pipeline. Now, can they seize it and obviously go out and show that BYU players, they're different. They're like a different breed. They're a different cut. They're a cut above, to use a myriad of different examples there. That's the next step. But it's really cool to see Egor Demin shining on a big stage. And just like he did in the NCAA tournament, when the stakes raise higher and higher, he's ready to match them. And that's something I think the NBA can take to heart, that this kid, he is ready to rock and roll and be a difference maker. All right, that is going to do it for today's edition of the podcast. As always, thank you for all of your support. Really do appreciate all you guys do. Please continue to subscribe, rate, review, share the show with your family and friends. Let everybody know that you know about this podcast, or, keep it to yourself and use it as your secret way to be the smartest Cougar fan that you know. But as always, regardless of how you consume it, thank you for your support of Locked On Cougars. Thank you for making it your first listen of the day. And until tomorrow, thank you for being an everydayer right here on the Locked On Cougars podcast.